Ethiopia resist when so many others conformed? Part of the answer lies in its history. Ethiopia had been a kingdom long before Rome rose to power. It traced its lineage back to Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. It saw itself not as a colony, but as an heir of ancient promises. When Rome offered empire, Ethiopia already had covenant. When Byzantium offered recognition, Ethiopia already had faith. This confidence gave Ethiopia the strength to stand at the crossroads without losing itself. It engaged the world but was not consumed by it. It carried the gospel without surrendering it to imperial control. And so while Europe's theology bent toward kings and emperors, Ethiopia's theology remained rooted in the people and the land, in the memory of a Christ who conquers not with armies but with love. The empire that claimed to be the center of truth eventually fractured, divided, and collapsed. Rome fell. Byzantium withered. But Ethiopia endured. Its faith survived invasions, famines, and centuries of isolation. Its cross still stands. Its scriptures still sung, its churches still carved into the very mountains. The empire's theology crumbled, but Ethiopia's theology endured. The Ethiopian crossroads is more than history. It is a warning. It reminds us that when faith is married to empire, it eventually breaks under the weight of politics. But when faith is married to endurance, it survives. Rome built its gospel on conquest. Ethiopia built its gospel on covenant. And the difference still matters today, because Ethiopia's cross whispers a truth the world desperately needs to remember. Victory does not belong to empire. It belongs to endurance. Power does not belong to thrones. It belongs to faith. Rome's cross may have marched with armies, but Ethiopia's cross marched with the poor. And that is why it still shines. Which cross do we follow? The cross of empire, gilded and crowned, wielded as a weapon, or the cross of Ethiopia, carved in stone, infinite in its patterns, declaring a victory that comes not by domination, but by sacrifice? Stay with me, because in the next chapter we will uncover why the church feared this theology so deeply, why the vision of a black Christ and a different cross was not just ignored but actively suppressed. Chapter 11. The church's fear of black theology. Why did the church erase Ethiopia's witness? Why were its scriptures silenced, its theology ignored, its image of Christ rejected? The answer is not just color, it is power. Ethiopia represented a version of Christianity that empire could not control. It was a faith independent of Rome, untouched by councils, unshaped by emperors. It was a theology that declared God walked with the oppressed, that Christ looked like the poor, that the cross was not a weapon of conquest, but a symbol of endurance. And such a vision terrified the rulers of the church. From the earliest centuries, Rome sought unity through conformity. It gathered bishops in councils, decreed which books belonged, and outlawed the rest. It painted Christ in the image of Caesar